Jim, we have a panel, hopefully, although we are running late, and without further ado, I would very much like to invite to speak next Julien Lamamy, who is from iSpace. Julien.
Thank you, Lisa. Good afternoon. I'm Julien from iSpace. Should I wait for the slide, or do I need to click to...
The technical team have it all sorted out.
Well, I'll just start by saying while the slide is loading that I'm very happy to follow after Joost and Jim. It's been a while since we saw you. Unlike Mana, iSpace is focused on the moon. That's our main focus. And to follow on Jim's presentation, iSpace does have a grand vision. But thankfully for us, we have several business models to get iSpace to our vision. And I think, I took pictures of your slide, Jim. I think we check off most of the 10 steps that you have on your slides. And I hope I'll be able to convince you today. Our vision is to expand human presence in space, so it is a grand vision. And we want to do this by enabling the use of lunar resources and thereby develop a lunar economy. What we offer in terms of business models and services to do this are currently those three offerings. Affordable transportation, that's really the key to develop the lunar economy, affordable and commercial transportation. And we do have customers already for this. The most recent one was announced last week. Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center in the UAE announced that they have selected iSpace to launch their lunar rover to the moon next year on our first launch in 2022. We offer also ecosystem building. We have a really strong network of partners supporting iSpace and using iSpace business model to develop their own business models. And then we're already starting on developing our data business, which means acquiring specific data and having our own in-house data analytics to extract the intelligence and gain new understanding about the resources on the moon and how to get to the next stage of development. This is a unique positioning of iSpace. We offer all those three services, and we're already working on combining them into a model that's, I think, familiar to the audience here, resource exploration model, very similar to what a junior mining exploration company would do. Plan your exploration, where to go, following the request from a customer about getting more information for a particular resource or a particular location. Get there with our lander, explore with our rover and using sensors from external partners, create mapping, detailed mapping of the environment and knowledge of the resources location, and then have the in-house tools to process the data, analyze it, and extract all the interpretation about evaluation of resources and reserves. This is what Carlos Hespejal presented yesterday. You can see all the little red stars here indicate where iSpace has in-house solutions, in-house products to offer to complete this exploration value chain. And I'm glad to say that a lot of those are being developed here in Luxembourg with support of the Luxembourg government. We do our mission planning toolkit, which is available online. We develop rovers, mapping solution, and data analytics interpretation. So this resource exploration service will help to convince all these companies here currently positioned around the value chain to go to the next step of committing and engaging in actually performing lunar operations, lunar missions, and developing their lunar business. We have such commitments already from 2,000 or so investors and partners in iSpace. So investors that have contributed to our Series A and Series C, I think right now stands at above $130 million. And a series of partners that have contributed to the development of our first two missions. As I mentioned, the first one will be next year, and we'll have another one the following year, both launching on a Falcon 9 SpaceX rocket. And what we seek to do now is further bootstrap the lunar economy by expanding our partnership model. And I think this echoes a comment that was made earlier, I believe, by Bruce, if I'm not mistaken. He mentioned TRLs, technology readiness levels, manufacturing readiness levels, and I think he had an investor readiness level. I would say this is our intent here behind what I'm going to talk about is business readiness level, value chain readiness level. space industry likes to do technology demonstrations. We want to do value chain demonstrations, business demonstrations. Not wait for the technology to be ready, but demonstrate there's a value chain business interest before the technology is even ready. How we're going to do this? We got 2 contracts last year from NASA to collect regolith and perform what will be the first commercial transaction of a lunar resource, in this case to NASA. We'll perform this on our first mission next year, and we'll perform it again the following year. And our intent here is not to stop there. This is already very significant. It could be the first transaction of a space resource between a commercial company and a space agency. What we want to do is make it even more significant and attract partners to join us and build upon this resource transaction and complete other segments of the value chain for partners to help us find the best place to collect the regolith in terms of exploration, extraction solutions, processing if we want to add scope to this, but also on the financial sector for the actual financial transaction, and also the legal sector to help us, for example, work with the Luxembourg government on how to work the authorization of this mission, one of whom will be done by iSpace Europe, the office in Luxembourg, which will make iSpace Europe the first entity to actually apply practically the space resource law from 2017 that was passed by Luxembourg. So I think I caught up on your time, Lisa. You're welcome.
Well, wow, thank you so much. That was quite a rapid turnaround. Yes. Absolutely wonderful. Marathon, thank you very, very much indeed, Jim.